turn on the fan, so I hope that doesn't make too much noise. Maybe I have to turn it off though. Okay, I'll go turn it off. It is kind of noisy. Okay. Hi. It's been so long. Alright, so we are in the middle of February. Last video I made went out in early January, but it was mostly about December. So here we are. I have 3 FOs, one whip that I started yesterday. I'm really hot now. It's kind of warm. It's super sunny and warm. Not like hot, but pleasant. Spring-like weather. Okay, so let me start with what I'm wearing, which is one of the FOs. So this is my out of sorts sweater. It is now been testing for officially 2 weeks almost, but some people started sometime during the last week of January. Some people are already have knitted the whole body. Some haven't started yet. They're waiting on their yarns a little longer. Some have started on the sleeves. No one has like fully finished, and I mean that would be like super fast for a full-on color work project. And I think the test knit is going well. I really appreciate all my test knitters. They're like really amazing. Anyway, so let me tell a little bit about this. The main color, which is what you see on the sleeves and this pink here, and it changes colors. So about here it turns into green, and then it turns into pink again. So starts pink, gets green, goes down to pink, and that is a Zauberball, and I don't have another one here with me. Must be somewhere else. But it is a Zauberball, sorry. I think that's what it's called, Zauberball 100. And the other colors, each one of these stripes and the ribbing up here, is Pallete by Knit Picks. And it's 6 different colors. What I suggest for this pattern is 3 versions of a color. So like 2 different types of pinks, 2 different blues, 2 different yellows, greens, etc. What I ended up using was this like violet purple. Then let's see. Then this is like a blue teal. This is a shade of yellow. This is green. This is dark teal. This is a brighter shade of yellow. So there. And it's already pilling, but that's because I've actually been wearing it a lot. A lot. It makes me think of spring, and whenever the weather gets a little bit warmer, it's what I have been tending to put on. It is made with spreadsheets, so it is a perfect fit for whoever knits it. As in, you'll use your own measurements, and it will give you 1 to 4 inches of ease. So up here, it's 4 inches of ease. Once you separate for the arms, each arm has 1 inch of ease, counting with your largest measurement, and then that measurement stays the same until you get to the wrist. And the body at the widest has 2 inches of ease, and then it keeps that same measurement until you get to the ribbing, and then the ribbing cinches up a little bit. So it has like a baggy type fit around your waist, but it's not you know, fully dropped. It has some shape to it. And that's it for this one. And I mean, the photos that the knitters, test knitters are sending, I mean, the whole idea that I had for this project was that I wanted to make something for people that have a very large bust measurement that would have like a good fit for the arms. Because I have like a couple of friends that have that issue, that just because their bust measurement is big doesn't mean that the arms are proportionally wider, you know. But also like someone like my brother, for example, he has the tiniest waist, but then his chest and his arms are like massive. So no matter like your gender or anything, your measurements are not going to be the same as everyone else, with just different proportions, right? And so I just use your own proportions, your own bust, your own overalls, your own like widest arm fit, your own neck, to, you know, get the perfect measurements for the sweater. And it is the same type of color work that I use for my out of sorts socks and a little out of sorts. The only issue is that those are fairly simple patterns. This pattern I would not recommend for a beginner, because it's easier if you realize different things that you only know if you have a little bit of experience knitting a top-down sweater. Another thing is that because I created a spreadsheet for the numbers, it gives you like different options, and you have to pick the one that makes most sense for you. So because this is like, it has to be an even number of stitches in a row, because you have ribbing that's 1 by 1, and then the color work is also 1 by 1. So you just have to, you know, be aware that you have to just pick the one that has an even number of stitches in each row. And so it's not like something to just follow blindly, but it's also not very hard. It's just common sense, I think, for most of it. It does include short rows, although short rows are optional. The yarn is fingering, but it is like a very light, a very light drapey type fabric. Drapey for wool, not, you know, silk. And the gauge is very open. So if you were like, oh, let me try this, and you swatch and you're like, oh, why are the holes not, you know, blooming or something, like, this is the fabric. It's not supposed to be one of those like super hot winter sweaters. It is just something light for like cooler days, but you still want to like feel the breeze or something. And it is fingering, it is color work throughout, but because you use bigger needles for bigger gauge, it goes by a little faster. Plus, this type of color work just, I mean, it's a little bit addictive. You just don't want to put it down, you want to like keep going through the next color, and if you get distracted, then you might forget to switch colors. But that's it for this one. Then I have another one that I designed. It's not a sweater, it's socks, and it is the Portuguese Sidewalks socks. And this is one side, this is the other side. You've seen this before, but I just got busy with different projects, so I set these aside, but I finally finished the second one. Very exciting stuff. And so what this one is not a reinterpretation, I don't think, of my hometown sidewalk works. Like, it is, I'll look for the picture and I'll put it here, but basically back home, I live by the sea when I'm in Portugal. You know, my parents live by the sea, like 10 minutes by car. Same town, not traveling from a different town. But this is the sidewalk design that we have by the sea. So we have a sea star, one of those shellfish thingies that is in the shape of like a horn. I don't know what you call those. And then just repeats. And this is like a maritime rope. Then in the back, super easy 1x1s. Heel flap comes in 3 different sizes. And it's knit top down. And in the corners here, at the edge of color work, it's hard to tell in this video, but there is a little cable, a 1x1 cable, very simple. But I'm pretty happy with them. It's nice to have something that is like traditional from where I am, and it's not, it's like, you know, it's the stonework that's traditional, not these socks. But it's nice to see them and just to remember. So this will probably be going out for testing at the end of this test knit, or close to the end of this test knit. So maybe in a month or so. The pattern's all written down. I don't want to put too much on my plate at the time, that's all. That's really exciting, and I still have lots of yarn left. I used more or less, like, I think it was almost half of this one, and maybe a third of this one. So I could really make another pair. Or not. Or I could just do something simple with these. Or actually, I might use this one for my next project. So I'll talk about that in a minute. Then my last project, you might remember, I was doing another, oh, and that's Mondim yarn. Mondim by Retrusaria Rosa Pomar. So you might remember that I was knitting another #1 vest for a friend of mine in Canada. That was the same as my vest, like literally the same size, the same color, that matches my dad's vest that I made him before. And I would show it to you, but it's right there blocking, so I'm not gonna touch it. It's been trying to dry for 2 days or so. It's in the sun. It's just doing its thing. But I have very sad news. And I wanted to know your opinion on something. And that is this. This is my vest #1. It went to the washer and the dryer after that, but really the washer was the thing that ruined it. The dryer was just to make all the water go away. Okay, so if you know my dad's vest story, you know that I shrank his, and his first one looks like this, and then I made him a second one. And the second one fits beautifully, okay? I'm gonna drink some water. Ridiculous. So this one is my first vest. Eventually I will make myself another one. I still have 1.5 skeins left, so I won't need to buy as many skeins as last time. This is like completely felted. So my friends say, oh, it will fit the baby. No, it won't, because the baby's head will not go through this. It's like the size of my hand. But like, it just went with a bunch of different clothes to the washer. And when Joseph opened the washer, it was just sitting like this. And it's not very big. It will work as a hat. A very silly hat. I feel like a medieval peasant. Please, sir, could I have a biscuit? Or a shilling, or I don't know. But anyway, I would like to know, what would you do if you felt it something other than crying, freaking out, damning all the things, cursing it all? What would you do with something like this? I have an idea, and that might be what I do, unless, actually, I just had a different idea. I might do that instead. I want to know what you would do with something that is completely thick and felted. And I will not tell you what my ideas are, and I will not tell you the other ideas that I've heard. Just, if you have any ideas, this way I'm not, what's the word? It's not manipulating, but I'm not putting ideas in your head, so you can have your own ideas and then share them. And then we'll see, maybe I'll pick something like that, maybe I'll do something else, I don't know. But that's it. This is my number one fest. Okay. And that is it as far as FOs go. Then I have lots of new yarn, but I also have one whip. So let me grab that. So I am participating in a test knit that started yesterday. This is for Tasha from Tasha Could Make That. She has a YouTube video where she talks about sewing and knitting, as well as an Instagram. And she does retro inspired designs. So this is a pullover called Royale Pullover. I think that's how you say it, Royale. It ends with A-L-E. And this is what I have right now. It's not much. But basically it's beautiful. It has this like beautiful detail up here for the collar. And I'm doing it all in one yarn that I bought a while back by Knit Picks that is no longer for sale. And I was going to design my own pattern for it, but then it's just going to be too complicated. And this yarn I think will look beautiful. So it is Paragon. It doesn't have very good reviews. Like, people say that it will like make the water, like it will bleed a lot, it will make the water green. Some people say that it make their hands green as they were knitting. I have not experienced any of that. When I blocked my sample, which was like half of one of these skeins, the water was fine. Honestly, the one that I use for my vest bleeds more. At least as of right now. I don't know if a full sweater will be different, but we'll see. But it is 50% fine merino wool, 25% alpaca, and 25 mulberry silk. Now, the only issue is, if I don't have enough of this, and it is gorgeous, I mean, look at it. It is beautiful. If I don't have enough of it, I am going to save the ribbing on the sleeves, as well as the color, make it in a different color. Now, my options are either this for the body, then this for the color and ribbing, or I'll just do a different shade of this, and I have one right there that I'm thinking about using if I need to. And it's this. I think that would look pretty too. And this is Pallete. It's the same that I used to make this sweater. Yeah, actually, this might be better. I might do this if I have to. Like that. It will look like that. Oh yeah, that would be nice. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I've decided. So, the sweater is then top down, and it is then flat at the top, and then I think at some point we join in the round, and then we get the sleeves going. But basically what I've done so far as of right now is I've done the back below the arms, then I've started the front. I only have a little bit like this, but today I'm gonna do both sides here, and drawing. I don't know if I'll be able to do the rest of it, probably not, but we'll see. This test knit ends at the end of March, so for a while it's going to be the only thing I'm working on to make sure that I finish on time. And then I have some other projects that I want to knit. I want to knit a lot of socks. Like, I just have the sock bug. After not doing socks for a little while and then just finishing that socks, I want to do socks, but I want to do like plain shorties to wear in the spring, with maybe ribbing that changes color. And that leads me to what the new yarns that I have are. Now, some of these were given to me for free. Some of these are shibui, because oh, I don't have all of them either. Where's the rest? Where's my yarn? Well, this is weird. I know that I have 2 more types of skeins that are not here. Huh. Or maybe just 1 more type. But they're not here. Where are they? That's weird. I'll look for it, I guess. But let me talk about what I do have here. So, this, actually, I bought one for me and one to give. But I might. Well, actually, I bought one for me to make to give to someone else as a final object, and one to actually give to someone else. But then I already apparently had other yarn set aside for that person, so I ended up keeping it for myself. And now I'm gonna make 2 pairs of shorties. Each one of these is 50 grams. I'm gonna make a pair of shorties for myself, a pair of shorties for someone else. But basically, it's gonna make stripes that range from brown light, like a beige, to this like pretty blue. And this is unfortunately superwash, but the pattern is just so beautiful right there that I just could not say no to it. Now, I say unfortunately superwash because, you know, it's not just the environmental part, but I don't like wearing much superwash. I find that I sweat more, and I also don't love knitting with it. But I mean, it's shorties. I'll make these in less than a week. It's gonna be fine. 75% superwash version. Wait, what? Oh yeah, yeah, it is superwash. Okay, 75% superwash virgin wool and 25% polyamide. There, and the brand is covered with a sticker. Oh, it's called Leany 12 Street Color. Where is it? There. I don't know if it's focusing. And the color is 101 Teal Moss Ecru. So, got those. Then, I am going to be an aunt. I am. The baby is coming in July. And I bought these Tinlin in, I don't know. This is a, I don't think that this is, well, it's sort of off-white. I don't know what the actual color is. But this is 50%, 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen. It is by produced in Norway by Sadness Garden. And it's just gonna be like a light summer kimono type jacket for the baby. That's all. So I'm using this, and then I'm having to get up for everything. I'm going to do a little detail in this. And this is the vintage color for the university that Joseph's family attended for the teams. So it's going to have like little details with that, but it's mostly going to be this. So I think it will be cute. It's going to be a little University of Tennessee baby. So that's exciting. And it is a baby girl, but I did not want to, you know, go like traditional pink. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but this orange for this family always works. Okay. Then, really excited about this. I went to the Camellia Fiber Company in January, like more or less a month ago. And I met the person that is in charge of the company, in charge of dyeing and all that stuff. And her name is Sylvia Rowe. So it is made right here. It's made like 5 blocks away from my house. And this is the flax fingering. And I'm very excited for it. I'm going to make a little top for myself. It is 50% alpaca, 25% linen, 25% silk. So each one of these has 400 meters or 437 yards. It is a 3-ply, not superwash. And the color is lichen. Lichen is one of the my favorite colors that they have. They also have beautiful pinks that I'm really in love with. And there's another shade of green that's called moss green that I also love. And they also have really pretty browns. Okay, and this is what it looks like. It is beautiful. So I went there, and I went with the intention of buying some mohair for this other sweater that I want to make. And this is the same brand for the Advent that I got this Christmas. And I was going to make a sweater mixing mohair with that yarn. But Sylvia is right now at Vogue Knitting Live. And apparently to participate at Vogue Knitting Live, you need to pack up and ship them all of your things that you're going to sell. Because it's just a New York rule related with unions. So she did not have the mohair that I wanted. I already know what color I'm going to get though. I'm going to get the moss. It's a mohair silk, and it's really my favorite mohair silk out there that I've seen in person. I have several here. That one's my favorite. So I'm really excited for that. So instead of getting the mohair, I was like, okay, well, let me just get something else. So I looked up on Ravelry. I picked a top. I think I might go with a seed stitch top. That's probably not the name of it, but anyway, very excited about it. And Sylvia was like, oh, let me gift this to you. And I was really not expecting that. I was surprised, and I don't know, I was just surprised and sort of not knowing what to say. That was so kind. But you know, she does know like her yarn, so I'm definitely gonna be back. Yes, so very excited about this because it's 50% alpaca. It will grow a little, which will go a long way on the top, and half of it is silk and linen, so that will make, I think, a very nice like layer to wear a blazer on top, or just wear it like that on cool summer days. Yeah, I'm very excited. It will look really nice with my leather vest too. I love this color. Oh, I just love it. Anyway, and I have, after that, I bought some Shiwi Knits yarn because I found out, oh no, they're gonna close forever. And Shiwi Knits, some of their yarns were yarns that I would look at the store, and I would go, oh, one day I'll get this, and one day I'll try it. And well, one day is here, so it's either now or never. So I got some yarn, and here's what I got. I got one that is not here, but I think it's over there, but I can't see it right now because I think there might be other stuff in front of it if it is in fact there. But the other ones that I got are Haven in this pretty red, and this one is Silk Cloud, which is their mohair blend, and this color is Paprika, which online they looked similar to me, but in real, oh, okay, well, let me tell you that this one is a mix between this and this, so it's like pinkish, and this one is slightly more orange-like, so they don't really go together, and I bought them to go together. I think I have another mohair, a dark mohair that might go with this, so we'll see. And then, what is that? That's nothing. Okay, it's a fluff. I thought it was a bug. This one is, the color is Canary, and this is Pebbles. And this is 48% recycled silk, 36% fine merino, 6% cashmere. And I got enough to make a little top as well. This one is 80% extra fine merino, 20% cashmere. The other one is silk and mohair. And let me get up and look at, see if I can see the other one. I forgot. I had already put it over there, but this is the last one. This, I forget exactly what is in it, and I don't know what I did to the tags, so this is not helpful. But I can tell you the color is white, and it is their paper, silk, and I want to say linen one, and this is something I want to knit very soon. Doesn't look like it's focusing on it, but it's pretty cool. I'm gonna do a little cover up for the beach, and that's it. That is it. I feel like it was a lot. Maybe it wasn't. I'm showing Joseph all about Vogue Knitting Life, so maybe next year I'll go. I am keeping up with my journal and my yarn, so I'm counting the skeins that are coming in and the skeins that are leaving. And I think at the end of January I had more skeins coming in, coming out, but at the end of February I'm gonna have more skeins going out than coming in, and I hope that it keeps going that way until, you know, at least the summer. My goal is to like stash down, knit lots of stuff, stop buying as much yarn, and like eventually I'd like, if I'm going to Vogue Knitting Life, I'd like to buy yarn and not feel like I have nowhere to put it. So that's something. I have lots of plans. I have so many plans. I have plans until the end of the year. Like my stash would probably last me almost 3 years to knit, so I have lots that I can do. I don't need to buy more yarn. These are really just like, I mean, all those Shibu yarns, that was a ton of yarn, but that was really because they were discounted and they were leaving. And if you want to get some more Shibu yarn and it's not for sale at their website anymore, I don't think, look for your yarn stores and go to yarn.com. They have lots. Pebbles, they only had the Canary Yellow when I last saw, and they had 4 skeins of it. But this like paper one, that's paper linen and I think silk. I think that one, they still have like 40 something skeins, almost 50. So there's still some options out there. And your local yarn stores are still going to have some options as well. So, you know, keep an eye on that if that's something you're interested in. And that is it. Hopefully next time you'll see me, I'll be able to try on the sweater and maybe have a little pair of socks knitted up. We'll see. Okay, well, I hope y'all have a good time. I have been having a good time myself, but super, super busy. Spring is coming and I have like over 50 different types of seeds that I want to plant, so I hope that goes well. But, alright, I have to go. I don't need to talk anymore. Alright, bye everyone.